Well, it's time for Community Corner, where we're going to highlight those stories that teach, inspire, and help us learn a little bit more about our neighbors here in Metro Atlanta. I'm Ron Jones. First, Georgia State University is celebrating and honoring 50 years of hip hop in a very unique way. The new project is part of an extensive range of collections preserving Metro Atlanta's history. 11 Alive Cheryl Preheim has a closer look.
We're at Georgia State University's Special Collections and Archives.
You should see a pink or green slip.
If history guides our future, this reading room is filled with priceless roadmaps.
So many boxes of materials that we have in the archives. We like to tell people it's 8 to 9 miles of boxes if you line it all up. And that doesn't include digital.
Treasures that tell the story of Atlanta.
Yes, and we need to make sure it's saved.
Georgia State University's archives cover everything from labor unions to the '96 Olympics in Atlanta to the women's movement and music. Lots of music.
We have an Atlanta Hip Hop Archives, which we just started last year.
The first collection came from the artist behind the Atlanta Rap Map.
He gave us his research material, Joseph Feasy. He just wrote on paper.
3 years of meticulous handwritten notes of every Atlanta reference in hip hop.
Decatur, DeKalb, Candler Road.
It's amazing.
To me, that's so special because someone devoted so much time to research hip hop. It's driving the culture, but it also speaks on social history, political history, the changing landscape, gentrification.
Each piece a building block of the city of the South.
It is validated information.
A foundation a new generation is now learning about and learning to preserve.
And we're losing history because it wasn't collected.
Careful that these treasures will reflect all voices, especially ones the past often left out.
They're here to be discovered, not only with students, but with the community.
A new survey shows that 45% of public schools across our country felt understaffed entering into this new school year. So right now, hiring elementary and special education teachers is still a challenge. So last year, state lawmakers passed a bill letting those certain retired teachers return to the classroom with full pension and salary. 11 Alive's Liza Lucas shares the perspective of one teacher in Henry County.
All eyes up here on the board.
The lights are kept low in this Luella High classroom, a space where teacher Heather Hauser says learning is a two-way street.
They are so unique. I learn from them every day.
From social studies to special education, Hauser's passion for teaching kept her in the classroom for 30 years. Now she's back from retirement, helping fill a need amid a national teacher shortage.
I just thought I have more to give back.
Watching teachers return to the profession, a gift, says Principal Brandy Hardnett.
When you see them in action, you see their gifts come to life. I mean, it is truly like watching magic in real time. You see light bulbs go off for kids, you see confidence rise, and especially in these high critical need areas.
For Hauser, it's the joy of watching students grow through the years.
This is Miss Harnett, my principal, but I knew her when she was Brandy Davis.
And now that she's back in the classroom,
there's not the stress of teaching the second time around. I would almost do this for free. Just kidding. But it's that much fun the second time around.
Kidding aside, she's looking to the future, not to retirement, but to 4 more years to see her freshmen through.
I want to be with them through their high school career so I can watch them walk across the stage and hug their necks and remember where they were.
2 Atlanta area veterans got the surprise of a lifetime: keys to a brand new car. Calicia Brooks and Hazy DeGuzman were among more than 80 veterans across the country picked by Progressive for this giveaway. And according to the U.S. Department of Transportation, about 40% of the veterans live in rural areas where affordable transportation options are limited, and not having your own car can get expensive.
It was really hard for me, the last 6 months to a year, getting around, paying for Ubers, Lyfts. I mean, it's expensive in Atlanta. So it's been a struggle, but I've powered through, and I honestly, it was God that got me here.
Well, Progressive has donated more than 1,000 cars to veterans through its Keys to Progress program. The Atlanta Beltline is celebrating the influence that style writing has had on this city. It's a form of graffiti art that started with the hip-hop movement back in the 1980s. 11 Alive's Grace King takes us to the West Side Trail, where artists are bringing new life to the walls.
There are more than 25 artists across the Beltline this weekend, including the United Kings, Atlanta's first ever hip-hop graffiti art crew.
With a handful of artists and a lot of paint, this Beltline tunnel is bringing dreams full circle.
We're going to do something extravagant, something different, something that has a lot of wild style in it.
Marcus Wallace, Rodney Wills, and the rest of the United Kings are painting into a new era.
Graffiti is not this crime anymore. Of course it was a crime when we was doing it.
In the early 80s, New Yorkers introduced this crew to the hip-hop culture. The art stuck with them.
We just saw that it wasn't being done in the early days here in Atlanta, and so we just went hard with it.
Together, they painted dozens of blank walls across the city.
It's the visual language, the b-boying is the movement, and the music. It all kind of coincides together like that.
Now, the Atlanta Beltline is celebrating their contributions to the hip-hop movement by commissioning the crew to paint during the ATL Style Writers Jam.
To be recognized for what we did here in Atlanta, we get a little emotional.
The Beltline hopes this artwork will show their appreciation to the generations of individuals who first painted on public walls.
It brings so much pleasure and joy to me to know that the United Kings and that I was a part of introducing graffiti to Atlanta.
Two Smyrna neighbors are now enjoying new renovations to their homes thanks to an Atlanta nonprofit organization. So the repairs are going to help them safely stay in their homes as they continue to age. Rebuild Together and Unum partnered to transform these homes you see on your screen. Volunteers have really worked hard on the landscaping, upgrading the bathrooms, and they also plan to replace the entire roof. Both neighbors are 77 years old and have lived in that neighborhood for decades. Rebuilding Together says that this work is more important than ever as the nation faces a shortage of safe and affordable housing.
We want people to age safely and healthy in their home. So it's an extraordinary investment, it's cost effective, and you change lives. Most older adults want to age in place in their home with their neighbors and their friends.
Absolutely. So if you are in need of a home repair, just go to rebuildingtogether-atlanta.org. Rebuilding Together is also looking for more corporate partners to help them build more homes. Rebuilding a family legacy by rebuilding a race car. A local family took time to piece together their grandfather's car. As 11 Alive's Caitlin Ross reports, the painstaking process also brought them closer together.
The dirt feels familiar under this old race car.
I'll turn the wheel the other way.
Its new tires slowly rolling back home. This car is famous at the Winder Barrow Speedway.
He was the racing wizard.
Because of the man who built it.
Get a good picture.
Nearly 100 years later,
Say bootleg.
it's back on track.
It looks great. It looks so
Really good. The Lanthier family is quick to jump in the old race car.
Woo!
Holding on to the history that holds them together.
We remember this in the backyard with vines growing through it.
They're fast to ask for a turn behind the wheel.
It's so sweet.
But what it means to be a Lanthier
We were always there for each other.
is a story that took time to develop.
They called him Tip Lanthier. He would come around the racetrack here and he would tip the car sideways, and that's where he got his nickname from.
The race car driving the family narrative.
I was just moved by it, and my grandfather spent a lot of time with me.
Tip Lanthier was fast on the track, winning championships in the 1931 midget he built by hand.
I'm dying to drive it.
At home, his granddaughter Tanya says he built the foundation of their family.
He was a leader. He took care of the family and just showed up.
3 years ago, that legacy was nearly stolen.
Oh my God, there goes Papa's car.
The car had been in storage for decades when someone tried to steal it. Broken down and in disrepair, Tanya saw a lot more than the car that needed work.
I think we've lost a lot of value systems in the U.S. where we don't value things from the past.
After her grandfather passed away, she wanted to preserve his legacy.
I feel privileged to work behind him.
Mechanic Bob Wagner had the drive.
An awful lot of it is lost art.
For 3 years, they worked on the ride.
It was a labor of love. It's horsepower, grit, persistence.
Tanya tipping the car just like her granddad did.
I have the grit, what he had.
She's leaning into the past to move forward because the joy is in the ride.
How was that?
That was awesome. That was awesome. Just thinking what my grandfather used to do to come around this and how scary it was.
Tip Lanthier was never afraid of the heat.
It was his love, and I really loved finishing this. I know he would be proud.
Students in Coweta County got a huge surprise, and it's all thanks to a local company that's been helping the community rebuild since the tornado in 2021. 11 Alive's Christy Diaz was there for the big reveal.
3, 2, 1.
Squeals of delight from a gym full of kindergartners as a giant parachute unveiled a surprise. 24 new balance bikes to be used in PE class at White Oak Elementary through a program called All Kids Bike that helps teach kids how to ride.
This is a great opportunity for students to regain things they may have lost.
The kids were all smiles as they took turns testing them out. It's a community that has been searching for reasons to smile since a tornado tore the town apart.
We had 120 kindergartners in here today. They'll have this program for at least 5 years, so 600 kids will learn how to ride a bike.
It's taken years to rebuild, but they have, with a lot of help from a company based in Noonan that specializes in building things.
Over 50% of our workforce lives in Coweta County, so this really is not just where we work, it's our community. We're a part of it.
Yamaha has a manufacturing plant in Noonan that employs 2,000 people, the very people affected most by the tornado. Immediately after the storm, the company provided golf cars and side-by-sides when first responders had a hard time navigating through the debris and helped the Noonan High School marching band replace its musical instruments. This week, they assembled the balance bikes at their plant in Noonan and donated a set to 3 different elementary schools with the goal of getting every Coweta County kindergartner a chance to learn how to ride a bike.
And teach them a new, not just a physical skill, but really give them that opportunity to gain confidence and experience the excitement of learning a new skill.
In Coweta County, Christy Diaz, 11 Alive News.